Hey, what's up, everybody? Wrestle Matt's coming in with you on a Monday night live stream with Monday Night Raw. A little watch along with myself, Matt Kelly, and on the other side, my tag team partner, Matty Reiser. What's up, buddy? How you enjoying this Monday Night Raw so far?
Pow pow! Started off a little funky like a monkey, and then now, big news all around between what's it called, Liv Morgan, Goldberg. We got a lot of juice here.
Yeah, and we're setting up here for the main event. So we're coming in hot and heavy just before that main event. But as you were saying, Maddie, unfortunately, there's kind of like twofold in the biggest news of the night. One, some people are going to be excited for. The other, nobody's excited for. Liv Morgan dislocating her shoulder in a match with Kairi Sane, and it looked like a relatively like ho-hum sort of spot, man, with Liv Morgan. But WWE weirdly, I guess, kind of replayed it. I'm not used to them replaying the injuries these days, but they replayed it several times. You can tell she hits that shoulder first before, it's not flush, right? It's really kind of down on the point of that elbow. And then Michael Cole saying it looks like she's dislocated that shoulder.
When you're so used to, I thought she was playing possum at first. I was like, okay,
right.
Look, this is part of the match. And then, you saw her land the impact. She was screaming in pain. So sucks. We lost a superstar right there,
Yeah, dislocated shoulder, could be weeks, could be months. Hopefully it's the former, and they can find a way to keep her on WWE television. As we're watching on Raw right now, a lot of big matches being announced, including Becky and Bayley for the Intercontinental title next week on Raw. So that one is happening, I think, faster maybe than we thought it was going to, because you and I on the pod said maybe SummerSlam. But whatever the first installment of this is, whether it actually comes to a real finish or not, that's set for next week on Raw.
Yeah, I kind of like the way they're doing it, where they're having multiple matches to kind of build a feud. I think it works out well. Now we've got the main event. Jey Uso in the ring. Big time match here for the King of the Ring.
Indeed, big time match. We'll see if he can get back into the swing of things. And let's see who's next in the fold here, shall we?
Jey Uso doesn't look like it's bothering him that he's not WWE champ, so.
No, and that is something definitely more that we'll talk about as we get closer to Saturday Night Main Event, which, I mean, I guess is really only a couple of weeks away at this point. But, is Jey Uso losing the title ultimately worth this feud that we're getting at Saturday Night Main Event with Gunther and Goldberg? Rusev making his way to the ring now. I like this entrance with Rusev.
Oh. Yeah, the entrance is bomb. Just the character's kind of. Yeah. He looks like a killer, though.
Yeah, kind of. Maybe I haven't seen Rusev in a couple of weeks or something, or maybe I've been missing out. But I kind of like the lights before you see him fully out there and whatnot. And I mean, very no nonsense here from Rusev, and I'm kind of curious where they go with him. Maddie, what'd you think about the women's Fatal 4-Way earlier tonight, where Asuka is going to be advancing in the Queen of the Ring tournament, but Stephanie Vaquer kind of taken this Penta path a little bit, right? Where she's in all of these big matches, but she's not quite coming up aces yet.
Yeah, it was one of those. I mean, she shined, but Asuka, man, how good did she look? She was just delivering the goods. It's good to have her back, and just the kicks and the moves. What was it? The double drop kick off the top rope. Yeah. Some big time moves. I'm pumped to see her back, though.
Yeah, looked good. Quite a hefty knee brace going on. So hopefully that. I mean, it didn't look like it really impeded her tonight.
Yeah, now we get a pretty good match for, when is it? Is it going to be on SmackDown or whatnot?
I don't know what it's going to be on, but it's her and Alexa, yeah.
Yeah, her and Alexa in the finals. This is another matchup, man. It's going to be good to see.
Semifinals.
I completely forgot they were tag champs at one point.
Oh, my God. That feels like a lifetime ago. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
All right. So, back into our main event here. Sheamus making his way down now. And which means we are just waiting on who's the
big old Bronson.
Oh, Bronson Reed. Yeah. Okay, so we're finally probably gonna get a Braun Breaker sighting, maybe even a Seth Rollins sighting here at the end of the show, because we're used to seeing them certainly every week at this point in the fold.
Yeah, kind of star power wise, we're so used to John Cena, CM Punk, Rollins, and all them. It's kind of been weird not having them on the screen.
Yeah.
What do you think about Sheamus kind of being this, like, I don't know, just kind of the guy who's probably doing the meet and greets. He's there with Natty Neidhart. Yeah, just kind of moving completely down the card.
A little bit of that Miz roll, right?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah, you're good.
Lie, pal.
Paul Heyman hanging out with the briefcase, even when he escorts Bronson Reed. What do you think about that? Paul Heyman being the one to tote the briefcase.
I mean, just kind of still keeps the eyes on Seth Rollins, I guess.
Yeah, it makes me think that. I mean, I don't know why he's carrying it this match. There's no one for him to cash in on. But I like the idea that Heyman is always in the ready, and it also gives him a kind of an easy out, right, for Heyman to fumble the briefcase or not quite get it to the referee or get distracted or something like that. So I kind of like that aspect.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see what they do with Reed and Breaker here, if they're just kind of their henchmen, or they're going to start getting some, what their place is in all this.
Well, New Day needs some challengers, yeah?
Yeah, that would be sweet, man. For SummerSlam? Oh, yeah.
Are you convinced that out of this match, it's anybody other than Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes next week?
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, it's got to be him or Reed, right?
Oh, goodness. Yes. At the same time, they haven't really done anything with Rusev since he's been back.
True.
So Bronson's going to have the spotlight, as you mentioned. Sheamus, he's kind of in this
he's the
liaison sort of role, just shepherding in different talent and whatnot, and kind of having these lower mid-card sort of feuds. So I don't necessarily think it's going to be him.
It's just kind of what you want to do with.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it depends on like what you want to do with Rusev here. Do you want him to keep feuding with Sheamus, or do you want to kind of elevate him a little bit?
Right. Yeah, exactly. They have, they've exchanged words over the last couple of weeks, and ultimately, do they just end up costing each other? And do we get, the former tag team champions,
right?
Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes going against each other? Another cool too, duo that we kind of forgot about has been tag team champ. God, dude, has Netflix been commercial heavy tonight? Oh, is that just me?
It's a weird episode, man. Like, it just seems like we're missing something. Is it just me?
No, it's not just. It's definitely not just you, but it feels paced out way more like SmackDown to me tonight, and I think that's what's throwing me off during the women's qualifying match, the Queen of the Ring qualifying match. Dude, it felt like it was getting interrupted every 3 minutes. I mean, it was just absolutely brutal to keep pace with the action. And it was weird because it's Asuka's comeback. You got Stephanie Vaquer out there. You've got all of this talent to highlight, and you keep just busting it up with all these commercials. Tonight, I mean, I don't have a way to count. I'm sure it'll come out at some point, but like, it just feels like an extremely commercial heavy night here.
Yeah, it probably is. It does feel like that. Good old Raw. I want to highlight somebody while we're on commercial, man.
Yeah.
JD McDonough. Like, if there was ever a need for a cruiserweight division, oh, dude, that guy can go. He can work, man.
Yeah, I mean, he can go. He had a great run.
AJ Styles.
Yeah, well, I mean, those two not to throw a pun in there, but their styles just complement each other very well. He's almost a younger AJ Styles-esque sort of type in the ring, really.
Yeah.
JD McDonough, man, he is one of those that has not been given the full run, if you will, because I think probably because of his size, right? Overall, on the main roster, but he had a great run in NXT, and so now maybe being in there with somebody that likes of AJ Styles, and now maybe with Judgment Day being on the precipice of a new chapter, you keep seeing Finn Balor, right? Just kind of digging the hole a little deeper every single week. Whether it's he kind of dug into Raquel tonight before he went back over to talking to Roxanne Perez, which was interesting after Liv Morgan had walked away. So I think Finn is slowly but surely just plotting, the end of the Judgment Day.
Yeah, and they were in like 10 segments tonight, so just kind of shows you the star power of these, like just the Judgment Day. It's gonna be crazy. They're gonna have to fill a lot of TV time once they split them up.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we're gonna see how this Liv Morgan injury derails things, right? Like, are they gonna be able to keep going with it? Is it gonna set that back? I really don't know, man. I hope they're at least able to keep her on television while that heals up.
And you got the tag belts on her and Raquel, and looked like we might be getting, the Bella Twins versus them at Evolution. You never know.
Yeah,
so it could derail quite a bit of stuff.
Evolution is sneaking up on us. Yeah. All right, we are back in action here.
Jey Uso rocking the old school DDP rib tape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure is. Got that thing heavily taped tonight. Good grief, man. See, when Rusev almost turned somebody, good Lord, what happened while we were gone? Did people go through a table while we were gone? What happened? But man, when Rusev gets his full size going and turns somebody inside out the way that he did with Jey Uso, it just kind of reminds you like how just otherworldly strong that Rusev is.
Absolutely. There's a lot of muscle in this match.
That there is. Sheamus. What do you think about Corey Graves back on commentary tonight?
Not bad. It was nice. I think he's been humbled a little bit, so it's. I think he's kind of at the point.
Right.
I was waiting for him to say something when they said he's back on commentary, but he seems like he's all right with it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I imagine with the way that Cole kind of said it, that it's just for the week or two. I don't know what's going on with McAfee right now. I think he was out last week too, right? Didn't Barrett fill in last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if McAfee's just on vacation, got other responsibilities, or if it's coming up, obviously, with his, I guess he still has a role in College Game Day, yeah?
I think so.
Yeah, so I mean, that's not, I'm sure that's in the works soon for him to be taking his yearly break for that, I imagine. So,
yeah.
Yep.
So for SummerSlam, you can't even buy 2-night tickets yet. You got to buy one night by itself.
Did they not do the double up yet? I thought they usually started with the double up and then moved on to a single days. Hey, what's up, fellas? Didn't realize we had folks chiming in. There we go. Getting in on this main event. So we're getting our Rusev Sheamus kind of showdown here in this match. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see if they take each other out or somebody can make their way in this tournament. Yeah, they're still doing the whole combo tickets there for Saturday Night Main Event and Evolution, which is what I did for Atlanta. So I unknowingly bought tickets to Goldberg's retirement match.
You better come with the tattoo around the barbed wire tat on the arm and shave the head for us. Like,
oh no, can't be doing that. I don't think that's good for business. That's probably not good for anybody. No, I'm sure at least Atlanta will be raucous for that, so that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Reed's just got that look, dude.
Yeah, I think additionally this all black situation is helping him.
Absolutely. Like, he just looks like,
good grief. That slam, man.
I mean, for like a big guy, I can't think of a heavy like guy since maybe, I'm trying to think, maybe Yokozuna that's got that like big body type that could literally just take over.
Well, I think what I like about Bronson too is that he's not doing the like the War Raiders flips and stuff like that. I mean, granted, he's got the tsunami, but that's just like kind of a straight drop off of the top rope. So that's cool. Yeah, very earthquake of him, exactly. He's just doing like big man, big powerful stuff. He doesn't need the flips. He doesn't need all the nonsense. Like, just stick to that. Be the big bad guy. That's fine.
Yeah. I think he could easily be like main event. Like, I think he's already like there. Like, you don't have to have him talk, get him in feuds with Jey Uso, Cody, like upper main event guys. Like, he could be, and especially with his size, man. I keep saying it, but
yeah, well, I think they're gonna take their time, right? It's gonna be very bloodline-esque, if you will. I think with Breaker and with with Reed, I think they can slow play that, let that let that situation work itself out. They'll if Seth does cash in at some point and he's holding the belt or the title, eventually somebody's going to want it, right? Whether it's Breaker, whether it's Bronson, and I think that kind of writes itself, and we'll see if we kind of get it to go that far.
So while we're on break here, let's talk about it. Your boy Goldberg's back.
Your boy might be strong. Your boy might be strong. Yeah, man. I mean, here's the thing with Goldberg, and here's my biggest problem is that we're not in the era of not knowing what people say anymore, unfortunately, whether it be online, whether it be in interviews and all the things, right? Like, just all the information is readily available. And so when Goldberg has these interviews and goes out there and says, yeah, I'm not really watching the product, and then he'll like rattle off a few guys and he's like, yeah, I like what this guy's doing, what that guy's doing. Yes, definitely time he wraps it up. I thought the match that he had, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was in Saudi with Bobby Lashley. I thought that I think it came to like a non-finish maybe, but they both ended up off the ramp through a table. I swear to God, I think that was Goldberg's best match in probably like a decade. And I was like, he probably could just walk out there. But even tonight, walks out with a can of dip in his back pocket. It's little stuff like that. It's like, hey, man, can we just for these 5 minutes, can we just pay attention to like little things?
Yeah.
And I don't think he's gonna.
Back to the main event at hand. I love this, like, when you do get a stare down between two faces and they exchange, like, it's just that old school kid in me.
Yeah.
When you do get the two faces facing each other, it's sometimes it's magical.
Well, and I think you could have an element of that, right? If it ends up being Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso in the semifinals to move on to the King of the Ring finals. That's like, it's big stakes for both of them to tear up and move on to that next level and finally get back to a championship opportunity, which, for Jey Uso, it probably means an opportunity against Gunther, at least with the way that he was talking tonight. And then for Cody Rhodes, it probably means an opportunity at John Cena.
Yeah. Ooh.
Good Lord, Sheamus is strong. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah.
It's such a hard finisher to do, too. Like,
if you want to play underrated, overrated real quick, Sheamus is underrated, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand like how strong he is and the stuff that he kind of does. Like,
yeah,
I got a lot of respect for Sheamus personally. Who takes the belt off Cena? Oh, I'm gonna stick. I'm gonna stick with Seth Rollins for now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick with that cash in on his last match.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate that. I don't know how to feel about it if it's Cody Rhodes. Just kind of undecided still.
If Seth does take it off in the last match, though, I'm going to buy a fucking lottery ticket.
Yeah, you should. I'm telling you, man. Miss Cleo over here.
I think that's too far, but it would be cool. Oh, Rusev lock. Oh, dude, on Jay's ribs, locking in this accolade. Jay possibly passing out, or well, I guess he didn't tap, right? He passed out.
Yeah,
with Gunther, but 2 weeks in a row. Okay, so he gets out of that. Oh, Jesus, the knee from Sheamus. A lot of kicks in this match.
Sheamus shining so far.
Oh, God. Bronson Reed's so big, man. Oh, my God. Brutal breakup there.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Son of a biscuit.
It was coming sooner rather than later. Would you? Okay, here's a. Since we get let's hold on. We got Sami Zayn out there now, so things are really just breaking down here in this main event.
Yep.
Good Lord. Speaking of otherworldly strong, Braun Breaker. Did you hear somebody say that whenever Braun's got the head movements going, that's just him listening to Scott Steiner in his head?
That's funny. And I was wondering why we hadn't seen him yet.
Oh man, maybe it is going to be Bronson.
What is going on? It is. Dang it. Oh, wait. Oh, LA Knight. Hell yeah.
Lord, there's 15 people in this match right now. All right, I think we're going to get Jay and Cody. Probably. Maybe. Could we?
Ooh. How is he moving like he is?
Going for more?
It's over.
Surely. Okay.
Wow.
Good grief. Yeah, so we are going to get that. We are going to get Cody and Jay, and there's going to be a lot of feels happening in that match between those two. So that'll be interesting. And now we've got LA Knight involved. We got Sami Zayn involved. Braun Breaker involved. Yeah, a lot going on there in that match, Matty.
That was crazy, man. Love seeing LA Knight get a little rub there too, man. Wow. Good for LA Knight.
But why?
No, it's not over.
But why with Seth?
It's a little late, isn't he?
Donning the Bears blue with the orange tie there. That checks out. Oh, yeah, he is full Chicago. I see.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
This has more. This is more people than the WrestleMania 40 main event.
Jesus Christ. So you got
Quite a little stare down we got going. This is where we're leaving off here for this Raw.
Hmm.
I think that is some of my least favorite merchandise happening with I mean, a lot of WWE merch is horrific.
Yeah.
But for them to just put the city across like any shirt and expect that to, I mean, I guess people buy it, otherwise they wouldn't do it. But I don't know.
They probably make so much money off that. Like,
Small arena tonight, yeah.
mm-hmm. Yeah. I bet it's like
Yeah,
70 in Green Bay or something.
King of the Ring tournament next week.
Yep. Kind of wish they'd do the semis at Night of Champions. Like, so each guy's got to fight twice, you know?
Yeah, no, I do think that makes more sense, but I think they're going to have that solidified before they head to Saudi.
Yeah, and you want the viewers to tune in, so.
Yeah, it is going to be a 1 o'clock Eastern start time there in Saudi for Night of Champions, and it's going off the air. Cody and Jay raising hands, realizing they got to fight each other next week, and there we are. But yeah, man, just back to kind of the big thing coming out of Monday Night Raw with Goldberg, and just kind of his heading into apparently his last match, right? There with Gunther in Atlanta. I don't know, man. I'm going to reserve judgment, see what happens, see what they come up with. I will say, if they were going to do the match, I have more faith in what that match is going to be with Gunther than what I would have had with it being Jey Uso. Am I that much more excited about it? Probably not. But ultimately, man, what I was saying with Goldberg coming out with like the can of dip in his back pocket and that sort of thing, it's just like, this is your last run. This is it, man. If you're saying this is it, why are you not putting like literally all the little details together? I don't get it.
Yeah, it
bothers me.
It's weird. Like, it's not what I don't get the whole having Goldberg even on TV, but
no.
What if they have Goldberg win the title here?
I mean, I can't imagine. Yeah, no, I just can't imagine. I was gonna say, like, I mean, if that's the way you want Seth to cash in, then I guess that's how you get out of it, right? Because you're not letting him leave with the title. But I can't see that, man. And it is down to me. All right. Yeah, I hope not either.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, what a crazy main event though.
Yeah, very crazy.
Who do you think's the winner coming out of Raw tonight?
Who do I think's the winner coming out of Raw?
Yeah, who do you think stock went up the most?
Man, that's hard to see. It's really, really hard to say. I would probably go with AJ Styles. He's kind of been picking up these wins. He's got this upward trajectory going, and now he's got an Intercontinental title shot against Dom at Night of Champions. So overall, I would say AJ Styles.
Yeah,
I will say I'm intrigued at what's going on with Karrion Kross, and I'm going to be more intrigued with Asuka one-on-one.
Yeah, Asuka, to me, I think made an impact first night back. I think that was huge, giving her the win, especially with Stephanie. And now we get her versus Bliss. I thought that was good. But yeah, AJ versus Dom's going to be another one. Like, that's a test to Dom right there. If he can work with AJ and pull off a W, that's another big one.
I think AJ makes everybody look good, so I'm not really sweating that too hard, to be honest with you. So I think they'll be fine. And I think I finally realized what it is about Dom that kind of people not take away from him, but it just doesn't look like a lot of his moveset, right? Especially the 619 in particular. It doesn't look as kind of torqued as what it was with Rey Mysterio. And the thing about Dom is he's just kind of got this lanky sort of frame. So he just moves a little bit different. He moves a little bit smoother. It doesn't take him nearly as many steps to kind of get across the ring and things like that. So I think that's what we're kind of seeing. And it looks like he's not maybe moving as fast, but I think it's just he's lanky, man, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think it's perfect for that mid-card match. But we've got a lot of juice coming up between Night of Champions, Saturday night's main event, Evolution, man. Before you know it, and we got single-day SummerSlam tickets on sale. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, that is a little bit of a wrench. We can go back for just a second before we kind of hop off for the night, but that is a little bit of a wrench in the plans, right, if Liv Morgan can't go for Nikki Bella, because it seemed like it was going to be at a bare minimum, Liv and Nikki Bella, or as you've got the graphic ready there, Liv and Raquel putting the tag titles on the line with Nikki and Brie. And so that just seems really, really up in the air right now.
Yeah, I mean, how long do we have now till that? Like 3 weeks, 4 weeks? It's the 16th.
Let me see. I got it on my. I think
like
we're right at.
Maybe?
Cole said 3 weeks from Saturday. So we're just under 4 weeks.
So it depends on how bad that dislocation is, but
that's what I'm saying. Like we're cutting it close.
In a tag match, you can kind of hide that stuff too. So
maybe you could.
We'll see.
Maybe either hide it, maybe have her somebody get rolled up quick, some twin magic, something like that, something of that, realm to where. Oh man, but do you are the Bellas going to stick around long enough to have a tag run?
I mean, it really seems like it's all for this pay-per-view,
Yeah, I mean, Nikki said she's hanging around. I don't know. People say that, and then it's like 2 to 3 months, and that's not. I don't know.
Right.
It's whatever.
Appreciate that, Eldredge. Yeah. So if you're tuning in, we did a little watch along for the end of Raw, a little recap. went over kind of some stuff, but we've got a lot on our channel throughout the week. Definitely worth checking in. Here's our, for the next couple days, we got a couple things popping off. We've got a live stream on Tuesday. Thursday, you'll be able to look at our YouTube channel and see our match review between Eddie and Ray, custody of Dom, and then, of course, Triple H versus The Rock versus Kurt Angle in your main event of SummerSlam 2000. Make sure you check out our page. A lot of videos, a lot of good content.
Yeah, and just kind of on that note, it's a good call, just a good way to point out that we're going to be talking about SummerSlam basically all the way up to SummerSlam. So just some SummerSlam rewinds, throwbacks, that sort of thing. So that's why we have the Eddie and Ray rewatch and kind of talk. Well, we're not going to watch the whole thing live or anything like that, but we're just going to go back, look at that match, give the details, the highlights. Same thing with that match. So if anybody's got particular SummerSlam matches they want to talk about, feel free to hit us up. We'll happily go back and rewatch some SummerSlam.
Yeah, and we've got content for everybody. If you don't like the long videos, the 5-10 minute, maybe you don't want our 30-45 minute live stream, we do have shorts dropping throughout the week, whether it's current content like R-Truth is the future champ, overrated, underrated. This one caused a big controversy on Hulk Hogan. Is he underrated or overrated? People freak the fuck out. Even some, gold. I love doing the gold dust stuff. So it's fun, just everything. And we had John Cena trivia. So shorts literally drop every day over at WRESTLE MATTS.
Appreciate it, Nick. And yeah, man, I wasn't, we were doing that. We were doing the bit on Hogan being underrated, overrated, in like a very finite, short TikTok sort of video. So I didn't give my full elaboration on overrated, underrated. And here's the deal, man. You'll never be able to kind of overstate the eyeballs that Hogan brought. You know what I mean? In the 80s and that golden era. So look, you got me there. He definitely brought eyeballs to the product. Absolutely not knocking that. But I was just also in that moment that you posed the question to, thinking about, was I ever truly, me personally, a Hulk Hogan kid or a Hulk Hogan guy? Here and there, man. But I never bought a Hogan shirt. I wasn't always interested in his match on the card. It was always Sting. It was always DDP. I know we were talking golden era, but just in a lot of places, I was more interested in the other guy. And that's just me being honest. And so Hogan, probably underrated. You'll probably never be able to quantify the amount of eyes and people that he brought into wrestling. Don't get me wrong. Right. But if we're just talking about, my personal vested interests, it's just different for me. It's the same way with people that like Cena, that like Seth Rollins, that The Undertaker, whoever it is, right? That's just me, though.
Well, and that's the fun part about it, is everybody has their, you can't really have a wrong opinion in pro wrestling, because it's entertainment. So that's what makes it fun. Whether it's Hulk Hogan or John Cena, everybody has their underrated, overrated opinion. But maybe that's the best part about it. So check it out. Like I said, shorts every day, trivia. We have so much cool stuff coming on. And guys, just keep bringing in the comments, your opinion. Like I said, we'll hit you with as much as we can. What are you cracking up about?
I'm letting Netflix roll after after Raw. I just went back to the homepage, and if you leave it on Netflix long enough, it just starts rolling off.
Oh boy!
And it was something about a train wreck poop cruise. And
yes,
I was like, how is
it? We'll see. And I've been waiting for this because I want to see. That's where Netflix gets me, is these documentaries. So I'm like, poop cruise. Let's watch this shit, literally. So pumped to see it.
Yeah, were you a Bret Hart guy, Maddie?
So I wasn't during my childhood, but nowadays I think I am a Bret Hart guy. Like I respect his in-ring work. I think it's probably up there, might be the best bell to bell, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there's several guys you can make a case for. You certainly can't knock his in-ring work. There is something about his lineage, and I don't want to say Canadians, because it's not the same with Edge. It's not the same with Jericho. But there is something about his promo work that's very like Natty has parts of the way that he speaks, if that makes
Yeah.
sense, and Owen did too. I think it's maybe a family sort of thing,
Well,
and so from that aspect, sometimes I didn't buy that he was actually mad. For some reason, it's the same way I don't think that Natty is always mad when she's trying to be mad. I don't know what it is. It's maybe just a heart thing.
so a hot take for maybe a future episode.
Mm.
But as much as I love Bret Hart now, like
Mhm.
promos, whatever, we've seen how you can shorten the promos and it can be effective.
Sure, and you're fine. Yeah.
Love Bret Hart nowadays, who I think's overrated, is his brother, Owen.
Yeah.
Just matches I've seen, he's
right.
been he's hurt people in the ring. He was kind of a jokester, didn't take it serious. And there's just parts that maybe I don't think Owen was as good as people made him out to be.
I think Brett versus Perfect is actually a SummerSlam rewatch that we talked about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not this present week, but I think it might actually be next week. That is actually in our
91
in our Rolodex of ones to watch. The fucking Rolodex. How old am I? But yeah, man, I saw that opinion getting floated around, and I'm like, I would really have to go back and sit down and rewatch. But it's very we see this kind of in American pop culture a little bit, right? Where someone has an untimely death, and all of a sudden they're kind of the way that they're celebrated changes a little bit. And I'm not trying to like take away from Owen in any sense of like the work that he did and what he meant to people. It's not that at all. But I'm just saying, in a lot of American culture, when someone passes early, untimely, kind of the way that they're celebrated, viewed, it changes. So that maybe it is a situation where people want to remember it just maybe fonder than it actually was.
Yeah, and that's like I said, we'll get to those spicy takes one episode where we're going through, certain periods of time, and that's where that one will come in. When we go to the new generation and we really want to give you our hot takes, you'll get a couple of those. But yeah, check out our content. We're always putting out good stuff, guys. Don't forget about our pod tomorrow. We're talking the big four PLEs. Are they really the big four? Or is there some of these other ones like Money in the Bank, like Elimination Chamber, that might be sneaking up?
I know. I'm sitting here twiddling with my list, and it'll probably go down to the wire last minute of what I'm kind of going to slot in at the 3 and the 4, because I think 1 and 2 are interchangeable, and I don't think 1 and 2 anybody's kind of dicking around with. So we'll certainly talk about those, break those down, but 3 and 4 is where I think it's going to get interesting for you and I, and seeing what we're leaving off the list.
Yeah, and I mean, right now it's so like, does the match define the PLE, or does the PLE define? It's tough. We're gonna be interested, but yeah, definitely check us out tomorrow at 9 Central Time. Shorts, videos, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere at WRESTLE MATTS. A lot of great content.
Great. Catch y'all tomorrow.
Later, guys.